these switches. For example, this will disable traction control. I can change my shock absorbers through here. I can raise and lower the height of the car through here. Any diamond button that you see is programmable. You set it up for garage door opener, station, track, anything like that. So that is the electric sport sound. It does sound kind of George Jetson.
Yeah, it does.
That's your normal sound. We do have 44 acres here, so cars can almost disappear and then reappear. So I'm hoping we can spot this car. If not, I can always get an email address from you and send you information when the car is physically available. That would be it. Color up ahead is a brand new color. It's called Cherry Red. That is a sold customer order.
Oh, looks like a burgundy almost.
Yeah, deep rich wine, burgundy. Good color. I usually do silver, metallic white, or black.
All of my vehicles have always been black. It's just how it's the color I like.
That's what you like.
And I don't mind taking care of it, you know, so it looks good.
Yeah, with black car you need to be focused on keeping it clean. So that's a 4S. Okay, one more possibility up ahead here. That would be a turbo. It's in a gray. Okay, I may have to wait till Monday to figure out where this is at. I can give you a build sheet on the car if you would like. Do you want to drive this, or you want me to take you around the block?
Yeah, let's go on the block.
Let's go around the block. So when I put it in Sport Plus, that turned on the sport sound. So for example, in the individual mode, I would probably go to the Sport chassis but keep the Sport Plus mode on, so you can determine what the car performs or how the car performs. Motorcycles go. That was about an eighth of the throttle.
I got you.
In through here I behave just because we have all the apartments, condos. I don't want to scare somebody. Taking their baby for a walk, or the dog for a walk.
Sure.
I'll jump on it at one point. Going into a corner, I'm going to hit it a little hard here. Right back where it belongs.
Yeah. There, sure enough, lady with the baby.
Absolutely.
Couldn't have been any more on time.
So the slightest bit of input to the steering, the car reacts just like any Porsche sports car will. This is a Porsche, it just happens to be powered by electricity. Going around the corner, it's completely flat. Make sure your headrest is extended out. At some point I'm going to hit it hard, and I'm going to let you know before we do that so nobody has any neck injury. Trained on this car in California, and we're the Porsche driving experience outside of Los Angeles. Really a great place to go if you ever have a chance. but I did 15 repetitive launch control starts in Turbo S's. And by the end of the day, my neck was so sore that when I got back to Phoenix, I had to have my doctor adjust me because...
I was gonna say, you need to get one of those little collars around you now.
Pretty much, something.
While you're practicing.
So like for individual, I can go into the chassis under sport, and I can go under my chassis height. I like it lowered. I like the recuperation on. I like my sport sound on, and I like my mode in sport. Kind of like an e-ticket ride at the amusement park. What I'm going to do when I come up to the light up ahead, I'm going to make the right turn as long as it's clear, and I'm going to come to a complete stop.
Okay.
I'll start to count to 3. When I get to 3, I'm going to pull my foot off the brake and just hang on. Ride quality is amazing for a sports car.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that bad at all.
Okay. As Lawrence Welk used to say, in a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Oh my God. Did you feel the gear shift back there?
I did.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if it goes fast.
You cleared my sinuses.
No, it can go fast. That's all cool, but it's got to stop fast. It's got to corner fast.
Yeah, that's why those calipers are so huge.
Yeah, exactly. They're there for a reason, and we want you to use them. So with electric motors, you have torque right off the bat, so you've got everything it has to offer right off idle. I've driven pretty much everything out of Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche of course, Ferrari, everything that's exotic. There's nothing that goes 0 to 60 like this car.
This is just going to get crazy, isn't it?
It really is.
Next 10, 15 years, and they're all electric or hydrogen or whatever, and it's just...
in speeds that, you know, exceeded funny cars, dragsters years ago. I mean, significantly. All with electricity.
Cleaner footprint.
So we've been driving it in the hot dog mode, and I think we were at 144 miles. So even dogging it the way I was dogging it, we just went up 4 miles in range.
Yeah.
Because it realizes that I'm driving the car not at full potential.
Yeah.
When you start the car, that's basically...
So it's forecasting. It's getting an idea just based on the performance and the way you're moving.
Yeah, they think you're going to drive it like a demon,
yeah.
But when you drive it like a normal street car, then all of a sudden the ranges start to change. So the next time I get back in this car, it'll probably show me 144 if I don't plug it in. If I drive it one of the more passive modes, like even in the range mode, I'll have... So now it just bumped to 162 for the range, and I'll have to go in and set this one up. But on the range mode, you can take that up to 85 miles an hour. I usually don't do much more than 80 on the highway anyway. If you go much faster than that, you're very likely to get a ticket.
Are there any speed cameras on the freeways out here in Scottsdale?
No, they're all gone.
They used to have them though, right?
They absolutely did. There are plenty in town.
Okay.
And there's plenty of lights that also have speed cameras. I use escort radar detector.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, so it'll tell me, you know, speed camera.
Wireless, which is nice because it's clean.
Clean, exactly. And I drive different cars, so like if I take a car to a customer's home in Prescott, I just pop my radar detector, pop it on their car, drive it, and take it away.
Yeah, they're the best. I love them. Sounds like the plane is landing its gear.
It really does. It's got that kind of sound. If you want to build your own, it typically takes about 4 months. So these cars are still built in Germany, and it takes literally about 30 days or greater to get from Germany to Phoenix.
Probably one of the biggest complaints that a lot of people who buy cars have is, you know, a year or two later and they change something that dates the one you bought. Are there any changes coming in 2022 that are...
Here's how Porsche does things. So they typically run 3 to 4 years, and it'll probably be about 4 on this car before they do any kind of facelift to it, which would be very, very minor. There could be some technology changes. Obviously, we're dealing with an electric vehicle, so you know what happens, battery technology, other technologies, they can be modified. But don't expect this body to change or be a different car for about 8 years. So that's what Porsche typically does. So our last 911s ran from 2012 to 2019, and 2020 was a new car.
Okay.
Cayenne, for example, 2011 through 2018, then we got a brand new Cayenne. So we do a pretty good job right off the bat, so we really don't need to, you know, reinvent our automobiles. They're already built correctly from the get-go.
Yeah.
So that's the neat part about a Porsche car. You look at a 911, it looks like one they built back in 1965. You know,
Yeah,
here it is in
I was
2020. We're about from the same era. All right.
Thank you for that.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you.
However I can help you now or in the future, let me know. So pull back on the seats and we'll truck you.